Hey DSA, it's Jenna Gaidusek with AI for Interior Designers, and this month I'm going to be sharing something a little bit different than I have been. This is a custom GPT that I will give you the link for so you can try what I'm about to do. Basically, I created this little GPT that will walk you through like a series of questions and start to form a interior space for like your brand. And it does not have to necessarily be your existing brand. It's just how you want to come across in your home, as if your business was a interior of a home. So you'll see what I mean in a minute, but the first thing you need to do is just say hi when you open the link that I will include this month, okay? So say hi, and it will start to prompt you through a series of questions. Now, question one, how do you describe your brand's personality in 3 words? So this is totally up to you, gives you some examples right here. I'm going to use the voice to text option in the bottom with the microphone. I want people to feel grounded, comforted, heard, and excited for the next steps. Okay, I love that. Sounds like your brand. Okay, so you can kind of read through what it's going to give you as like little feedback on the way and then move on to each question. So I'm just going to pause my video so you don't have to deal with me typing each time I answer these. Okay, so there's a few other things. Now, remember, I'm describing how I want people to feel as a brand, okay? That's kind of the goal of this particular exercise, to turn like your brand voice into a interior space. So I will continue with the questions here. Okay, so it was asking like if it was a physical space, how would I want it to feel? And I said I think it would be bright, airy, cheerful, grounded, and colorful and expressive. And then we will keep going here with the colors that in styles that I'm naturally drawn to. So I hope that you are following along. And if you're not doing along with me, that's all good. You can definitely try it at any time. So now I'm basically saying the colors. I've done this a ton of times, but I'm going with, I like, neutral colors, bold indigos, and I kind of mixed in a few colors there. If you have a style, you can definitely do that. Totally your choice as much as you want to include or not include here. So getting earthy, okay. So I will continue on. All right, so with this question, it was kind of like, do you want me to not include any specific colors or anything? And I was like, no, I think based off of my understanding, like you should have a good idea now. So what it is told to do on the back end is basically to create a color palette based off of those series of questions that it just asked me. So that's what it's going to work on here. And I will oh, it's getting witty. Okay, so here is the color palette, and it's going to give me like a nice like layout and hex codes. I do want to check those to see if they actually equate to real colors. But we get hex codes, we get a almost like paint theory, like a scientific theory as to, or personality theory as to why it chose those colors. And earthy expressive. Okay, cool. So yeah, I like how it breaks it down. So now it's going to prompt basically to do a mood brand summary. And from there, we can start to create our entryway space. So the goal is for it to guide you through the room. Now it will kind of stop after it creates one image, and then if you ever get stuck here, you can say, hey, can you create so-and-so room? So it is programmed to do a few different rooms. If you want to see a color palette or material selection board, any specific area, whether it's business related, like that maybe you have a podcast room, or something else like a studio or something, you're welcome to just use this and kind of see where it goes. I can't see any of these conversations. If you do want to save this GPT to the left sidebar in your ChatGPT account, see where it says color compass, your brand in full hue. I obviously didn't come up with that, but that is where you would click, and then you'll see a few dots and it'll just basically say, do you want to save this or pin it to your sidebar? And that's what you will do. Okay, so here's the picture that I got of the entryway. It gives you a cute little color palette too. Again, accuracy probably not there. Half those things are not real hex codes. And then, it's kind of random. I've seen such a mix of these. You can continue to say like, hey, I don't really love this. It might want to finish with like all the rooms that it has to do and then have you like go back, or you can just start a new conversation if you're not loving what you're getting, okay? Now, I didn't love like the furniture pieces that I was putting in. There's some tips and tricks I can show you to like change out different things. That's for a different time. But I basically said, when it asked me, are you ready to keep going? Do you want to see the living room next? I said, yes, but let's use more high-end editorial photos going forward. Okay. So if you feel like the photography or, the randomness of some of these rooms, like look at this, it always puts it in front of a fireplace. It just literally never fails. But if the randomness and stuff is not working out, you can definitely start to like ask things. Before we do, can you make sure the sofa is not blocking the fireplace and revise the room layout? Otherwise, this is beautiful. If you really like it, right? So I will send, and it's okay if you don't have like if you've got typos in there. It's a spell check, right? So no worries. But right here, it always does this fireplace. Like, I don't know what it is with AI. Have you guys noticed that before? That like it's always sitting right in front or right behind a sofa. So a side note, on the left-hand side under library right here, this is where your images are going to start to save. Okay, so while I'm here, these are all the same kind of exercise. They've all just created, now these are design boards, but they've all created, entirely different experiences. So we continue on with the kitchen here. Got a cute little office. And then I did the little bedroom. Look at that curtain. That's funny. And then we have a fun little powder room. And then you can just keep going. So enjoy this. I hope you have fun with it. It's a great way for you to just kind of get started with like how to talk to ChatGPT to get imagery that you can use to convey ideas with your clients. Now there's a lot more to it. I would love to continue to chat with you guys about that soon. But until next month, I hope that you have fun creating some really amazing images using ChatGPT.